by a custard-colored compact car. We came to the parking lot. The car parked slightly to the left in the back of us, and a man got out. And he, why I kind of paid attention to him, number one, he was tall. I am tall myself. Good looking. Also, he was wearing a jacket, a jeans waist jacket. This was August 90, I don't know, 3-4 degrees, humid. We were dying of heat, and here this was a man in a jacket. Okay? So we went inside the store, we started shopping, and from time to time I could see him behind me. We spent more than 45 minutes in the shopping center. Okay, and this was another thing that struck me strange. Why is a man browsing around in a shopping center? You can browse around in a clothing store, yes, but you don't spend so much time and buy nothing. We came to the fruit stand, and while we were getting some fruits, Mr. Korczak said, oh, you know, and he touched his kidney, and he said, I was bitten by something, mosquito or a bee. And I said, there's no mosquitoes or bees in giant food store. And there was a little blood on his finger. Anyway, we went to pay, and then we went out with the groceries, and Mr. Korczak went to get the car. And the man came out of the store without any package. He didn't buy anything. He had to pass by me. We stared at each other, and he left and disappeared. I don't know where he went.
Did you see the man actually fire anything at Mr. Korczak?
No, I didn't see him fire anything.
He
was following us, stuck to us like glue, all throughout those 45 minutes.
And did you hear that Mr. Korczak was sick sometime later?
Yes. His son called us about 2 to 3 hours later in great panic, and excuse me, and he said, there's something wrong with Daddy, come quick. So we rushed right over, and we found Mr. Korczak really ill. You know, I took his temperature, I tried his pulse. His pulse was incredibly uneven. He had a fever, you know, that was like close to 106. And then, short time later, would fall down below normal. He was sometimes passing out. He was in really bad shape. He complained of a heart pain. Eventually, we ended up in the emergency. And the doctor checked him out, and he came out to us who were waiting for him, and he said, I don't know, there's nothing really wrong with this man, yet, you know, he seems like to be dying from something, but just like it. He wanted to put Dr. Korczak in a hospital, and since there was no insurance, we had to take the man back. And then we all started taking care of Mr. Korczak for a long time. And he was very, oh yes, he was also, he was bleeding internally.
How did you see this blood?
Well, we took care of his laundry. It was a lot of it.
How long was it before Mr. Korczak excreted this pellet that you've seen?
Roughly, you know, a week, give or take, a day here and there. And it did come in a blood clot, a disgusting little blood clot. It was, you know, a tiny little, you know, as tiny as a pinhead, a tiny little ball. It was very, very shiny, silver, came out of there. And, you know, with a magnifying glass, you could see the little opening, that little cross opening in it. A lot of people have seen that pellet when I was present, you know, say at least 7 or 8.
Who do you think shot Boris Korczak?
That's a good question. Soviets probably. They're very vengeful for anything that you do against them. I hope they do an investigation, then we'll all know for sure who it is.
Thanks. Okay, I guess I'm settled. I tried calling the hospital today, and those people are going to get back to me about the doctors.
I think you need, if you're trying to get like a date when it happens, something